Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Evening Show right on Smash FM here on Valentine's Day here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go to our friends over in the US, and we're heading to Texas in particular, especially to Houston, of course, and speak with two amazing music artists, of course. They're from the group Wildfire, and they join us right now. Thanks, both of you, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. We're glad to be back.
No worries. Well, since we last had you on the show, literally last month, tell us, how has it been like for both of you on the music side of things personally?
Great. We've released a single since then. It's called Just to Have Someone, and the music video just came out last week, I believe. So that's awesome. Very, very exciting there. We're also working on our physical album called Phases. It's about to come out for pre-order here in a couple of weeks. So I'm very, very excited about that. Yeah. We both are. And then we have a cool collab coming with another country duo. And I'm just really excited. All things are good.
Normally, when you release a single, that obviously you'd be able to perform it in front of people, but obviously with the pandemic, but also the wild weather that you have had over there with, I believe it's snowing over there in Texas.
Yeah.
I guess, firstly, how difficult is that can't do it in front of people at the moment, but obviously with the wild storms that you've got over there, how amazing is it to, sort of hopefully have a chance to get back out there again?
Yeah, we are super excited. We hope that things get back to normal soon with the vaccines and stuff. But yeah, it's crazy that it's supposed to snow Monday, which is in 2 days, and it's like a 90% chance, which northern Texas gets snow pretty often, like Lubbock, but down here in the South, I mean, the last time we had it was 2017, and it's supposed to be like heavy rainfall. So we're really excited because we get to see snow. Like before 2017, it had been like 10 years. Yeah. And it's supposed to get down to like 12 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius, but so I'm really excited.
Now let's talk a bit about the single that you just released. Tell us a bit about it without giving too much away. Tell us a bit about how that all come about.
Yeah, so Just to Have Someone, we actually wrote with a really good friend of ours, and our producer is a girlfriend. Her name is Parker McKay. She's great. We love writing with her. And it's just about not wanting to be in a relationship just to feel attached to a person, or it could even be a friend. We've talked a lot about this, especially when we did our release party live, and just about not settling, and if something isn't working out, just to move forward. Yeah.
And how's the reactions from your fans from this new release?
Really great. A lot of people have been saying it's their favorite song, which kind of surprised me because it's not our favorite, and that always happens. That always happens. Yeah, we have a lot that we released in 2020, and then ones that we're going to be releasing in the spring that I really love. Yeah, it's definitely up there in the favorites, but this is like a lot of people's like favorite song, which is crazy.
And are you surprised from the reactions, considering both you mentioned that it's not both your favorite song?
Yeah. I think that we really like Damaged. I think that's probably our favorite that's out, and this one is an amazing song. We love it a lot. But it's always the one that you least expect that people like the best. That's like, so true. From our last EP, we really liked I forgot the name of it. Gone in a Flash. Gone in a Flash. It was so long ago. And a lot of people's favorite is Hold On to That, which is crazy because we didn't think that was the best song on that EP either. Yeah. So. And again, we really liked the song, obviously. Oh yeah, we loved it. We released it, but it just wasn't, artists always have their favorite songs off of the project. So
now you mentioned about the album that's coming out as well a little bit later on, either later on this month or into next month. Tell us a bit about that as well.
Yeah, so Phases is songs we've written from 2019 to 2021. It's just a collection. There's going to be some new releases on it as well, but it's a collection of a lot of like stages that we went through in our life, phases you could call them. That's why the album is called that. But we're like in our teenage years and a lot of things change between this point in time. So it's just a lot about the phases that we went through in relationships and just life in general.
Now we'll get on to that part in a moment. I'm just realized I forgot to ask something about the new single just then. Tell us, what was the background behind the new single?
That single was just about not holding on to a relationship that's not working
just
out.
because you want someone to be there for you.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the album now. Of course, is there a favorite song on the album that both of you love? And tell us a bit about the background of that song on the album, if you haven't already mentioned it already when we've had you on the show.
Yeah, so our favorite song off the album is going to be one that hasn't been released yet. It's brand new. And there's actually two that I'm just completely obsessed with. I love them. So obviously we can't give away too much information about it. But they're both relationship-based songs.
I guess both of you mentioned that both your favorites are relationship based, and also the one that you just released is about the same thing as well. I guess is it just come from like experience and sort of relating to what I guess people would normally like find themselves into?
Yeah, I think all the songs we write are based on personal experiences or experience we've seen our friends, our parents go through, stuff like that. And I think that's really the way to stay authentic and relate to people, because if we're not singing about stuff going on in our lives that normal teenagers go through, how is it going to relate to others? Even adults relate to a lot of our music. So I think we just try to be transparent, write what we want and write what we're feeling and hope that people receive it well. Yeah.
Now, the question I asked both of you in the last interview, so I'm going to ask a similar question here as well. When do you think you're going to be able to perform it live in front of your fans?
I'm honestly not sure. Here in America, we are supposed to have vaccines out by July for 200 million people, which there's around 380 million Americans, but there's kids and all that. So many people won't get it. But hopefully, as soon as we feel safe, we can go perform out, and as soon as the precautions are kind of up and it's safe for everyone else. Yeah, we actually had a performance scheduled at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo in May, because it actually was set up and everybody was going to go. It was going to be cool.
Yeah, they postponed it to May. I thought it would be normal by then.
And then they canceled it in
the
May,
whole rodeo.
The whole rodeo. So we aren't going to be performing there, just because there's usually 2 million people that go and it just wouldn't be safe,
But in Texas, that's like our holiday. Like in March, every March when we have it, that's like a huge holiday. So it was kind of a shock to a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. And then a couple other gigs that we've had set up during the pandemic have also gotten canceled, or like one of our band members got COVID and we couldn't perform. So it's just a mess, honestly. We've been performing live though every weekend. So on over like Instagram or Facebook.
Mention that, yeah. I was just going to mention that because I have seen some of your live performances on Insta as well, which is fantastic, and especially completely made my day considering how the time differences have been with your live performances and all that. I guess, are you surprised the way that it is all going so well so far, from especially not from your fans in the States, but especially for people around the world?
Yeah, honestly, people will pop up on our lives all the time and like say hi from X, hi from Germany,
Amsterdam,
like wherever. And it's so cool to see that. It's crazy, even like people in different states across the United States, because it is so large. So it's kind of crazy to think, but it's really exciting.
Now, I've mentioned this question already. When are both you thinking of maybe, coming down here to Australia once everything goes back to some normality?
Yeah, we want to go to Europe. We want to go to Australia. We want to go to New Zealand. I mean, we're so excited, and we hope to come there as soon as possible.
Yeah, honestly, probably like in the next couple of years for sure.
Yeah.
I guess what's both your plans for the next couple of months, Lena? Obviously, you mentioned about the album, but other than that.
Yeah, so for the next couple of months, we're going to continue working on music. We have lots of singles that are in the works right now that are being recorded. We're actually going next weekend to record a brand new single, which I'm really excited about. And there's just always a lot going on. We've been doing, selling lots of merch and just connecting with people that way. So, surprisingly, everything's been going well, even with the restrictions of the pandemic.
Now, I don't know if I asked this question last time I had both of you on the show, but I'm going to ask it anyway, which is how special is to do music together as sisters?
Yeah, doing music together is honestly, I feel like our favorite thing. We're already best friends outside of music. We always have been just because we're so close in age and we have a lot of similar interests. So that just makes it so much fun, honestly. Like I remember when we used to perform all the time pre-COVID, we used to just have so much fun up on stage, and we still do, like in writing and even doing live streams. So it's always been a lot of fun.
What does it mean to do things together?
I think it's really special that we have this bond, because I know a lot of people that aren't close with their sibling, sister, brother. And I think it means a lot, and we're excited to see where life takes us together, and where it also takes us in our individual separate lives.
Yeah.
How are both you juggling music and school?
Yeah, so I'm currently a senior in high school. So things, start slowing down, I guess, around this time in the school year. But I am planning on going to university, college. So yeah, it's tough, I would say, especially, I mean, pretty much all the time, honestly.
Yeah.
It's tough to balance it all, but we somehow do. We both make good grades. So I would just say balance is the key.
And mention that you're going to college after this. I guess, how difficult will that be as well? And are you going to the same college, I'm assuming?
I guess we'll have to see. I think we probably will go to the same college for the first couple of years, but we are doing different majors so far, what we have planned. So
yeah, we're doing it college, like online, but what she's saying is we might not be going to like the same university.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do it online. Pretty much all college is online in America because of the pandemic. So I'm sure it'll continue to be for a while. So when I go into college, I'm sure it'll still be online.
Both of you have amazing voice and voices, especially in your songs. I guess, how does that work, especially with, with the band and all that sort of things?
Yeah, so me and Kelly already blend together pretty naturally. And then we always hire people that we've known for a very, very long time, but we have like a couple guitar players, a couple drum players to pick from. So usually they're all professionals always, and they're really good at what they do. So I think they naturally just blend with us well. We also have rehearsals and stuff. So yeah, I mean, if we can blend together, if they can blend together, it works out great.
And the band itself, obviously we didn't get to talk much about that in the last interview, which obviously I'm going to get both of you to give a bit of a shout out. And I guess, are they all from the Houston area?
yes.
Yeah. You might as well tell us each of the band members, if you can remember all of them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, so our guitar player, the lead guitar player that we usually use is Nick Matsky. I don't actually know how old he is. I'm pretty sure he's like in his 30s or something.
Yeah.
But and then they're all a lot older than us.
They're professional.
They're like adults.
Professionally trained musicians.
Yeah, and then our drummer is Charlie Carlisle. Keys are Chombo.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Chombo's?
I don't know his last name,
all just
but
call
his
him.
name's Chamba.
Yeah, and then our bass player is actually
Switch out. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's Marion.
Bass, so is usually Mia Del Salo.
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing. She's actually only 13 or 14 probably now, but she's just totally incredible. Like,
Yeah,
it's
she's
actually insane.
insane.
She goes to one of the performing arts schools in Houston called HSPVA, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's like, she's so good.
Also, it's a wide range of ages there.
Mhm.
I guess, how do all you work together?
I think it works pretty well. My dad is also super close with Nick and Chambo and
All of
Charlie.
them, yeah.
Charlie used to be my drums teacher for 7 years, so we are super close. And Nick has been a family friend for many years too, so it works really well. And Mia's around a little bit younger than us, but I mean, we're all around the same age, the same couple of years.
Now, talking about your parents and your family, how important they've been throughout both your music journey so far?
Oh, so important. I mean, they're definitely like the backbone of what we do. So supportive. Our dad works like super close with us and all of the business type side of the music stuff. So he always helps us a lot in that. And then our mom is just always there doing like merch and all that type of stuff. So they're both super supportive of what we do, which is amazing. Because I know not every like young artist has a supportive parent or parents.
Now let's talk a bit you mentioned about merch just a moment ago, which we'll talk about that in just a moment. But for everyone that should follow both you on the socials and especially downloading your amazing music, especially your new release that's just recently came out, what will be your advice to them to follow your music?
Yeah, so you can check out all of our music on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Music, wherever you prefer to stream music. And if you just search up Wildfire, 2 separate words, or one of our song titles like We Got This Summer, Just to Have Someone, you'll definitely find us. And then if you want to follow us on social media, it is at Wildfire Sings. The only @ name that's different is Twitter, and that is at Wildfire Singers. So yeah.
And of course, I have to mention, and I forgot to mention right at the start about your single that's come out. I think someone mentioned about music video that's just released as well, or about to get released.
Yeah, for sure. So you can check out our music video on YouTube. If you just search up Wildfire, again, 2 separate words, you might have to like type in Just to Have Someone to find it. But the music video was so much fun. We picked out a lot of stock footage just because we weren't able at that moment to film us in the video. But it totally aligns with like our vision for what we wanted the video to be like. And it's been really well received. So if you guys would like to go watch it, you can find it on YouTube.
And I have to ask, I'm assuming the music video was set in Houston?
Yes, I think that the footage was from Houston.
Any embarrassing moments?
Oh, so many.
On stage, yeah. I mean, I think just like forgetting lyrics is pretty embarrassing in your head, even though no one pays attention. One time we were singing Living on a Prayer and Kayla accidentally went into the wrong keychain.
Yeah, I did.
That was one of our worst moments because that's like a legendary song. But I mean, it is what it is, and you learn.
Happens.
No matter how much you practice, you're always gonna have little slip ups because you're playing like a 2 to 4 hour show.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is this specific show was
4 hours or something like that.
Yeah, maybe 3.5 or something. But I mean, when you're singing that much material, it really like weighs on your, the mental side of yourself, and you're like, okay, just trying to push through. So this is the last song actually that we were performing, and I was just, I guess, not all there. And on the part in Living on a Prayer, when it transitions into the new key, yes. I did the wrong key. I would now at least
I never let her live it down though.
Yeah, everybody that was there talks about it all the time. But that was probably my personal most embarrassing moment. Forgetting lyrics, like she said, nobody really notices. We only had one time that a fan came up to us and told us on one of our songs called Hold On to That we actually sang one of the wrong lyrics. And I was on our own song. I know. And again, it was a 4-hour set.
Yeah.
So like we expected that.
Yeah, I don't honestly have any particular like most embarrassing moments. I mean, like voice cracks would probably be pretty embarrassing, but I don't remember any certain.
Especially like going through the height of like puberty, your voice changes a lot. It still changes. But sometimes, you know, you're just in that awkward space in between like ages. So yeah.
So, Kayla, I need to ask you this question based on that, your embarrassing moment. What key change did you go from?
I don't think we were doing it in the original key. I don't know what key we were doing it in.
I don't even remember.
But I think that instead of going a whole step up, I think I went a half step up. So it was just.
It sounded so wrong. That's the thing. It was so noticeable.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned about forgetting lyrics. Now, of course, I've seen your live Insta and obviously Facebook performances, and I haven't noticed any incorrect lyrics. But was there any of them that since we last had you on the show about a month ago that after you did the live performances, I was like, yeah, that was the wrong lyrics.
I don't remember forgetting any lyrics. I'm sure it happened, but nothing that really stuck with me.
Yeah.
Especially since the last time we've talked.
Do you actually ever watch back to them?
Yeah. When you used to be able to save them, which Instagram has a new feature where you can't save them for some reason. But I used to watch all of them back.
Oh, I never did. Once I do something, I never want to see it again. I can't see myself sing like ever. I run.
It's interesting.
I don't like to hear myself talk. I don't like to hear myself sing. Because when you're talking in your head, it's much different than what you sound like.
That's true.
Well, actually, pretty much this answers my next question about that. So I'll move on to the next the next couple. I guess, is there one thing that both of you would love to do? I guess into the future.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to perform at the Grand Ole Opry.
I'd love to travel to different continents to perform.
Yeah, also that. I mean, that's definitely high up there.
Kelly, you mentioned about the Grand Ole Opry, which is in Nashville, which is famous for its country music, or venues for country music, but obviously a lot of famous music artists have performed there. Why the Grand Ole Opry to you?
Yeah, so we have been to the Grand Ole Opry, I believe, once or twice to see performances, and they were just absolutely incredible. Like it's such a special feeling. Like once you step in the Grand Ole Opry, it's just incredible. Like you can't even put it into words. We also did the backstage tour thing, and stood in the circle and everything. So it was really, really special, and I'm so excited for one day when we perform there.
Now, Kelly, you mentioned about obviously wanting to perform overseas as well. Is there one particular location that you would like to perform at?
I don't know in particular. I would just love to travel to different countries in Europe and New Zealand and Australia. South Africa would be amazing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't have a specific venue. I just love to perform in like local.
Is that time of the interview again, which will have another fantastic live performance for us, and of course with one of our favourite music groups, and of course that is Wildfire. Of course they're based in Houston, Texas, and of course they just released a new single just recently, which people can have a listen to on the music channels in particular, and they're giving us an opportunity to sing that new single now, and of course I'll get both Kelly and Kayla to introduce the song for us.
Yeah, so this song that we're going to be performing is called Just to Have Someone. It just recently came out. We're super excited to play it for you guys, so let's get right into it. I should feel the smile on my face. Yeah, it used to be real. Should be thinking about you, but I'm just thinking of a way out. I can't put my finger on when it changed, but that don't mean that I should stay. I don't wanna have someone just to have someone. I'd rather have no one than have the wrong. Isn't it better saying it's the end than lying to myself over and over again? Why keep going just to keep going? Yeah, I feel a lot better knowing that I did what I knew needed to be done. 'Cause I don't wanna have someone just to have someone. It's about time that I say it out loud, 'cause the only way is up when we're so far down. Should've known it would never get better, but it's better late than never. I don't wanna have someone just to have someone. I'd rather have no one than have the wrong one. Isn't it better saying it's the end than lying to myself over and over again? Why keep going just to keep going? Yeah, I feel a lot better knowing that I did what I knew needed to be done. 'Cause I don't wanna have someone just to have someone. I don't wanna have someone just to have someone. If I keep the wrong one, I'll never find the right one. Isn't it better saying it's the end than lying to myself over and over again? Why keep going just to keep going? Yeah, I feel a lot better knowing that I did what I knew needed to be done. 'Cause I don't wanna have someone. I don't wanna have someone. I don't wanna have someone just to have someone. Just to have someone. Yeah, that is our brand new single, Just to Have Someone. If you guys want to check it out, you can check it out anywhere that you listen to music, including Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Music. If you just search up Wildfire, 2 separate words, or Just to Have Someone.
Fantastic. And of course, you must look for anyone that should purchase your merch as well. And what are the latest merch that you've got on your website?
Yeah, we have lots of new signed by us 8x10 pictures. We have lots of mugs, cups, anything that you could possibly imagine. Yes, www.wildfiresings.com.
People out there that think about, performing music or writing music, and
I would say just honestly be transparent, be vulnerable, be real with people. I think that's the best way to get the message across and what you're trying to convey to your audience and whatnot. So I would say that. Also just being consistent, of course, is honestly so important. I mean, posting all the time about your music, about what you're doing live streams, all that type of stuff is so, so important. And that goes for if you're an entertainer, do acting, modeling, anything like that. Just be super consistent in what you're doing. And yeah, again, just be real with people, because that's the best way to connect with your audience.
Well, both of you, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. Best of luck. The new album coming up very soon. Hopefully we'll get both of you on the show again for that, and tell us a bit more detail about the 2 singles that both of you loved on that album that you haven't told us yet. Can't wait to chat to both of you very soon, and obviously stay warm over there in Houston as the snow is on its way.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great one.
No worries. And that's Kayla and Kelli joining us there from the Wildfire. And of course, if you want to follow them on, of course, the socials and on the music channels, we'll put all the details up and on how you go about that. And of course, on their website as well. There's more on the Smash Evening Show right after this. Don't go away. Here on the Valentine's Day edition.